Bengals punt resulted in a fumble for the Cowboys, allowing Joe Cool and Cincy to score the go-ahead touchdown with just a minute left in the game. The Cowboys dropped to 5-8 and now 1-6 in front of those Dallas fans. Maybe the answer could be Bill Belichick. Here's new sound from Jerry Jones this morning.
I don't know that I've seen a coach available, if you will, with his stature. He's got a lot of gas left in his tank, a lot. He's on the game. He's savvy. He knows the personnel all over the league. There's no learning curve there. It doesn't surprise me that everything there is out here that's got a coach concept associated with it that he's not being considered. Bill Belichick could run a major company very effectively. He's just got that leadership ability, as well as, in this case, no one knows more football or how to execute and use that to win a ball game than Bill Belichick.
Dominique's here, Stephen A's here, Shannon's here, Molly's here. We're all here. Who's taking
Go ahead,
it?
Shannon. Go ahead, Shannon.
Bill Belichick can run a major company, just not this one. Look, I don't know what his infatuation is with Mike McCarthy. I really don't. What have you done for me lately? How long has it been since he's won that championship in Green Bay? And the mere fact that he's had 2 Hall of Fame, he has guys that won 7 MVPs, and he's only got 1 Super Bowl appearance between the 2 of them. Now, I get that he didn't have Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he had Aaron Rodgers for 2 of those 4 MVPs. LaFleur had him for the others. But I don't get what his infatuation with Mike McCarthy is. The mistakes that they continuously make, I don't think the roster is very well constructed. I don't think Mike McCarthy has a lot of say. The final 53, free agency, the draft. So basically, he's a coach. He's a figurehead. He has the title of head coach, but it's just a figurehead position. And the question is, the reason why Jerry doesn't want to make a change, because most guys are going to want some say, Fox. Some guys are going to want, hey, you got to give me something. Give me final 53. Let me have something to do with the draft. Let me have something to say about free agency. Just don't give me the title, and then don't give me any ability to do anything with said title. I just don't get Jerry. And this is what I do know. The more he talks, the worse he looks.
Yep. That's the thing. Take Jerry's microphone. Like, after the game last night, he said they shouldn't have blocked the punt. Like, what is he? You don't even know. You didn't see that? He said they shouldn't have blocked the punt. They should have just returned it, rather than say, like, we should know that it's a fire call and get away. And this is one in a long list of things that Jerry has said that are concerning. Seems like he doesn't really know what he's doing around there. This is making the job of Mike McCarthy more difficult by bringing Belichick into the conversation. You don't need to comment on how good Bill Belichick is as a coach. We know he is. And I would say, I would argue for them keeping Mike McCarthy in large part because this team has continued to fight. Their best player on offense, their quarterback, and their best player on defense are advocating for them. As long as they finish out this year, I would advocate for Mike McCarthy to stay, in large part because we know how unique that situation is. I do think that Mike McCarthy was brought in because they wanted someone to take them over the playoff hump. He hasn't done that. So it's hard to defend him in that case, but we know he's someone who's capable of doing that. And as we discussed, I think it was a couple weeks ago when I was on here, we talked about how winning a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers was seen as a mark against Mike McCarthy, only winning one. And now we kind of see that as a mark for Mike McCarthy, managing that roster with Aaron Rodgers on it and winning the Super Bowl with him. So I think, given the unique circumstances in Dallas, Mike McCarthy has the support of the players and seems to have the support of Troy Aikman. He has the support generally of Jerry Jones. So I think they should continue one more year with Mike McCarthy.
Let me say this. I am not an advocate, and you can put Shannon up there so I can see him as well, fellas. I am not an advocate of Mike McCarthy being fired.
Yeah.
I am an advocate of Bill Belichick being a better option than him. It's not about whether or not Mike McCarthy can do the job. Right. It's that he's never done it to the degree that we've seen Bill Belichick do it. Although Bill Belichick had Tom Brady, Mike McCarthy did have Aaron Rodgers in his prime.
Yep.
Coached in about 4 NFC title games, still won Super Bowl championship, 1 Super Bowl appearance in 4, in all of those years. It's been 14 years since Green Bay has been there, but Mike McCarthy was there for the 8 years thereafter. Okay, so let's get that out the way. At some point in time, I'll rhetorically, albeit, throw this to you and Shannon. Am I wrong for being sick and tired of players talking about how they support a coach when you had an opportunity to produce for the damn coach and you didn't? Is it just me? Am I making it up? I mean, I just want to make sure. Yes, I just want to make sure. Because if Mike McCarthy is somebody that deserves your confidence, well, then I must ask, not this year, ravaged with injuries and every bit of bad luck you can imagine.
It was bad
and an
before the
owner
injuries
that's
happened.
showing some slippage. But these back-to-back 12-5 seasons still ended with one playoff victory. Where were you then? Where's the support then? I don't know about you. I don't know about you, Shay. I don't know about you, Dom. But damn it, I mean, if that's the support that you can give me, if I'm such a qualified coach, I'd rather you hate my ass. I mean, somebody. I mean, I might as well, because what have you done? What have you done? I mean, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, Shay. Sure.
Dominique, you remember a month ago when Michael Parsons says he didn't care about Mike McCarthy? Is that Mike McCarthy could go somewhere else and get a job? He was worried about the guys that had been here for such a long time, and they might be at the end of their rope. Now he want him back. Dak Prescott, he said the same thing about Scott Linehan. He said the same thing about Jason Garrett. He said the same thing about Kellen Moore. Right. I'm trying to figure out when has a player not said, oh, yeah, I want his ass up out of here. I'm good either way.
It seems that the players understand how to support the person who's in charge at the time. That's something that Jerry don't understand.
As opposed to being authentic, though. Yeah. As opposed to being authentic.
You got to lie sometimes. This goes to the Cowboys. It goes to A.J. Brown when he's talking about the Eagles. Like they say, what's wrong with the offense? Nothing's wrong with the offense. I support my quarterback. Right. What's wrong with the coach? Nothing's wrong with the coach. I support my coach.
You understand it? You understand it? You got to lie sometimes. You got to lie.
You got to tell a little lie. We all grown around here. Sometimes you got to tell a little lie. Right. And I think Jerry Jones. Go ahead, Shannon.
That's what my college coach said. Sometimes you got to lie to them. If you gonna win this game, we're going to get the hell beat out of them. But sometimes you got to lie to the players because they don't know any better. The thing is about Jerry is that Jerry keeps digging a hole because remember, he refuted, like when Jerry said some of the play calling might be archaic, some of the plays. And Mike McCarthy said ain't nothing wrong with the plays, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, bro, 1 minute you praising him, the next minute you beating him down, but you've already stripped all of his power. You've taken his cape. You've taken his bat belt. He has no special powers, and the players know it. That's why they behave in the manner that they behave, because they know, Jerry, you stripped everything. For him to be a head coach and allow him to do his job effectively, they know you've taken that away from him. Like I said, I don't get it. And Dominique, you say the injuries. They was bad before the injuries. Yeah. Remember they started the season, they got the hell beat out of them against New Orleans.
They were bad before the injury, that's true, Shannon. But respectfully, you got to make up your mind, my brother, because back-to-back 12-5 seasons, you sat up there and listen, this is what you talked about. You talked about them not really being good enough. I'm saying to you, well, based on what you're saying, Bill Belichick, even with Jerry Jones there, would be a better option. Based on what you're saying, Shay.
But he wouldn't let. But here's the thing: he would not allow Coach Belichick to be Coach Belichick. And here's my argument: you said 12-5, 12-5, 12-5. That man fired Jimmy Johnson after back-to-back Super Bowls, and you telling me about 12-5 seasons?
Yeah, but that was about 30 years ago, Shannon. You were about 40 pounds lighter, bro. I mean, that's a long time ago.
But that just goes to show you what it's about. You will keep a guy that got 3 consecutive 12-win seasons, but you will fire a guy that got back-to-back Super Bowls.
Yeah, I don't think Jerry Jones has grown and changed that much since then. He still seems like the same guy. I don't think that he's in a position to be comfortable with having Bill Belichick come in. Like that to me is hard to understand.
Well, I guess I think the part that, and I'm going to throw this at y'all, and then I'll give y'all a last word on this. Respectfully, I think the part that both of y'all missing about what I'm saying is I don't expect Jerry to change. And I understand that could get in the way of a Bill Belichick, meaning annoying him and grading him to no end. But I ask you both this. How would the players feel? Because you still got to answer to the coach in terms of him coaching the actual game. And he can have a profound effect potentially on your playing time, your performance, et cetera, et cetera. What about that, guys?
We saw in the interview last night, I saw Michael Parsons say, I'm Jerry's guy. I'd be willing to take less than I deserve to play here for Jerry. That to me suggests that no matter who the coach is, what his resume says, Michael Parsons and the players on that team know that they can go around their coach to Jerry Jones. So that's the bottom line. Like Jerry, we talk about this team so much and so many things about this team, and we recognize that there is one big rock in this organization that is holding it back because it seems to me, given the decisions that he makes, he is more interested in the franchise value than winning a championship, and that ain't gonna change.
Go ahead, Shannon.
Who name on the check, Stephen A? I just want to know who name on the check, because that's who they're going to answer to.